Okay, we are going live.
Awesome.
Dun 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 dun. Drink the tea. Wait for the thing. Oh, here it goes.
It is loaded.
YouTube loading. Are we there yet? Waiting for it. Done. All right, guys, we are live. Oh, we've got an audio loop. Hold on. There we go. Okay, hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the Tangent Show with
Isaac.
Wow, that was great. That was cool.
Right on cue.
Oh, and me, Catherine. Yay! How is everybody doing? I hope you are all super well. Whoa, did the ground just wobble then?
Maybe.
Or was it just you?
It was probably me.
Whoa, California. Who knows? So wow, we skipped a week last week.
Yep.
Mainly because we were lazy.
Yeah, that's it. We were
no, what were we doing? Oh, we were working. You had updates.
I was working on tangent template updates. Yeah.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through those quickly?
Sure. So tangent template updates. I added for our dynamic templates. All our dynamic templates now support A4. The trim size A4. So that's 8.27 inches by 11.69 inches.
So for all the European people like me, then yay!
So
you can use A4 now and feel like you're home.
This phase is finally done. Every single one of our interior templates now support A4 trim size. And going forward, we do have more templates in the works. So they will also support
We've got some good ones coming up. Yeah, we're working on some new interiors. We've got lots of things going on. I think our main problem is just doing everything at once. It's like we have this list a mile long and everyone keeps sending awesome suggestions.
The list keeps getting larger and larger. So the next update for the listing helper, I have added categories in there.
Yay!
So that's pretty exciting. So now you can select your categories, save them in the listing helper. And then when you go over to KDP to list on an actual listing page, the categories pre-populate for you.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. We're getting a lot of emails about the listing helper, which is basically a Chrome extension that speeds up the process of uploading books while staying within Amazon's TOS.
Yes,
this isn't
very,
like
very
a bulk
careful.
uploader.
Yes.
We're not doing any bulk uploading. This is basically an autofill tool that fills out all of your book information onto KDP and just takes all the tedium. Like, I don't like clicking through the category thing on KDP. It's like Amazon, biggest company, one of the biggest companies in the world, yet their drop down is
they're one thing I didn't want to do was clone their category selector because I really did not like it. So if I was cloning it, then it would be pointless to add it in my opinion.
So you get a search and browse.
So you can it's easier to browse, and then you can also search for categories, and it has
the secret keyword categories as well. So KDP has some categories that you basically it's a really weird system.
It is.
So if you include certain keywords in your book, not in your book but in the listing for your book in the keyword section,
back-end keywords,
KDP actually look for which categories it might fit into. So if you put, I don't know, space in your keywords, then it might try and add your book space science, for example. So we've also, it tells you which secret categories you're going to get added to as well.
Yeah, so there's a little button, you click on it, it will scan every single keyword in your keyword, on all your keyword fields, and see if it's associated with any of the hidden categories.
You are a genius, Isaac.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yay! And it's mine. Yay! Cool. Okay, so lots of tangent template updates. We've got more in the works, more coming. So, and we never put the price up either. $59. It's been $59. We started last April, so we've just passed our first anniversary.
Yes.
We started last April with 12 templates. Now we have 48 static templates, 12 dynamic templates. We have a category tool, pricing tool, listing helper, the KDP helper, which gives you all the dimensions if you're creating your own covers, interiors, just pretty much
cover
everything you
templates.
Need. Yeah. So and cover templates. Yeah. So it pretty much has everything you need to get going with creating low content books. Okay. I'm done with the plug.
Yeah.
That's tangent templates. Go buy it. It's awesome. We love it. We made it. Yay. And it keeps us in acai.
Yes.
Because we're hipsters and we live in San Diego, and so we just live on acai bowls. Yay! Okay, so we've got lots. Oh my gosh, we've got so many things to cover this week. So we skipped last week. The week before, we overran by about 20 minutes. So we're going to try not to do that. We're going to try and go fast
within the hour mark.
Quick hi to Emily, Debbie, Rosemary. Nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening to us. Okay, so let's start with, actually, let's do news.
Okay, you want to go to news first?
Should we jump to news?
Yeah, let's go to news.
Okay, lots. Oh my gosh, there's lots of things happening in the news. So I'm going to do a screen share. If I can find the right buttons. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks now. So now I'm like,
I'm rusty.
I'm out of the loop. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, hold on. Let me just, oh my gosh, here we go. This is, all right. This is where I get confused. Oh, okay. So let's talk about the news. So this is a good one to start with. British people get drunk more often than anyone else. Is there any truth in this one, Isaac?
Based on my anecdotal observation, yes, yes, it is true.
But you know what else they said this week? They said that British people only have sex twice a month on average.
Really? They're kind
You're laying the side down, British people. What's wrong with you? So maybe they're too drunk to have sex. That could be.
That's too drunk. You know, there's a song. I can't quote it because it's a cuss word, but yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's a common issue.
Oh wait, is it? Oh, there we go. Let me move the camera slightly. There we go, because you can see behind the scenes and see all the magic, aka our living room. Yeah, we've got a Space Invader because we're going to talk about some gamification stuff shortly. What else is in the news? So, there was an interesting one actually. Uber were in the news.
Yeah. So first thing, they went public.
Yay!
So they're huge and they're getting bigger, and then that leads into the next.
What do you think is so amazing about Uber? Do you think anything special? Is it because they're going to get self-driving cars, or is it because what's your analysis on this?
I think they are the de facto standard for the gig economy.
Wow!
And so they
quote.
Well, yeah, they redefined the taxi industry by a simple app. So what they've done, really, their secret sauce is in the app and the way the app works and how people interact with it. And they really changed the way public transportation is happening, at least, I mean, all over the world now.
So they actually did something really interesting today. They just announced that they're going to offer quiet mode. Quiet mode. What do we think about quiet mode Uber? Now, it's kind of funny because I was reading some of the reactions people were having to this. So I guess the deal with quiet mode is that when you book your Uber, you can say, I don't want the driver to talk to me. Now, and apparently, and this is the kicker. It's only available on Uber Black, which is like basically for rich people. And posh people.
Okay.
So I don't know what I think about this, because on the one hand, if I'm kind of in a grumpy mood, I don't really want to talk to people. But that's really snobby, right?
I think what cracks me up is the fact that having your driver not talk to you is considered a premium experience.
I know, it's not funny. What a weird world we live in now, where you specifically you feel what's the next level to this? That they go, yes, mom, come in, they act like a butler. It's
right? If you pay an extra $5 to Starbucks, so your barista wear a mask. Because don't breathe on me, don't look at me, I don't want to see your face. Let's just minimize this human interaction as much as possible.
It's such a weird thing. I feel it's kind of a reflection on it's hard for me because sometimes I really like just doing everything really efficiently. I'm bad because I use the self-checkout a lot at shops, and just because I can't be bothered having a conversation.
But
I kind of recognize that's not a great thing.
Well, interacting with people takes energy.
Yes.
It takes intellectual energy, emotional energy. You have to, and especially if you want to be a nice person, you have to entertain the person, make sure you don't say something rude or offensive. And then you feel this obligation to carry the conversation.
Well, I think there's this kind of push-pull, society we're in now. Because I won't answer the phone either.
Oh, yeah.
So it's I feel I don't know, it's not really diva-ish to be well, I will only interact with people I choose to interact with. That's pretty diva.
No, in the age of social media, 2019, you have access to billions of people. You communicate both online, and then, as you're with the gig economy, you're interacting probably with more people in real life. That I think you need some type of control.
It's filtering, isn't it? It's
management system.
It's so weird, but then it kind of makes sense when you look at the internet. A lot of people are no, I need to manage my social media. I don't want notifications popping up all the time. And I feel with Facebook especially, it's sometimes messages just get overwhelming, and it's like I really want to talk to everyone, chat to everyone, but at the same time I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to get some work done. I kind of want to manage my time and finish my projects or work on my projects. So then you get to like, okay, I'm prioritizing whether I talk to people, whether I work on my projects, and I feel like this is kind of the next level to this.
Right. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, there was a Reddit article. It was hilarious. And this guy said he was in an Uber car, and there was a note saying that the Uber driver's deaf.
Oh, wow.
And so he sent the text message to the guy saying, hey, thank you very much. And the guy turned around, nah, bro, I'm not really deaf. I just say that so people don't talk to me. This is the Uber driver.
Oh, my gosh.
So I think it's a bit mutual where the drivers sometimes don't want to talk.
We had a great Uber.
Okay,
so our daughter's birthday was last month. It was Autumn's 18th birthday. And we took her on we took her out to the Japanese barbecue place, and she likes going there every year for her thing. And we were also going to the Cirque du Soleil show, where that was like a big surprise for her. So we went for dinner, and then we went to see a show. And so we could have a few drinks. We decided we'd all ride in an Uber. Oh, and her friend came along as well. That was the main reason, because her friend was with us. We didn't have enough room in the car for everyone. So we got the Uber XL, or the Lyft. I can't remember whether it was Uber or Lyft.
No, it was Uber,
the XL one. So we could have a bigger car take us all. And it was so funny because on the way to the restaurant we were going to, we passed Barnes & Noble. And our son, Sid, is like, no, we're not almost there. We haven't passed Barnes & Noble yet. And so we kind of had this joke going where all of us in the car kept going, hey, Sid, have we passed Barnes & Noble yet? And it kind of turned into a
like, come on, guys, don't pick on me.
And basically the whole car ride, it was like, oh, have we passed Barnes & Noble? So then once we're done with dinner, we called up Uber again, and we had the same driver. So again, we're all in the car and we're all driving. And then just as the driver drops us off at the show, he'd been really, really quiet. The driver wasn't really talking. He wasn't really interacting with us. And then he just turned around and went, hey, Sid, did we just pass Barnes & Noble? And it was like the funniest thing, because he was just like this Uber driver that hadn't talked to us, but then he suddenly like joked, and it was just hilarious.
We had no idea he was paying attention to our conversation.
To us the whole time. Yes. Oh my gosh. So that was pretty funny. So I don't know. I kind of like interaction. Like, I feel it's the randomness of talking to people that kind of makes life sometimes. It's like I guess it comes down to curation. Like, can you curate your whole life and who you talk to? Like, is that the goal? Like, do we want to decide who we're going to interact with on a daily basis? Or do we need these like elements of randomness, like random people that we're going to talk to and meet every day?
I think with so much noise, you need some type of filter. I just think there's too much noise, especially online.
So you need a bit of both.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you want to just like, I mean, if you're sitting in your house, like if we're sitting in our house, we don't really want like random people walking in and out. No. But then sometimes you get bored and you're like, I'm going to walk down the street and see who I say hello to.
Yeah.
Which in Mirror Maze could be pretty
anyone,
which is always entertaining. Talking of that, let's we had a great thread in the group today. So talking of random people in Mirror Maze. So there was a hilarious comment on Nextdoor today. So this older lady posted on Nextdoor, and she goes, she said, I'm looking for ladies who play bongo.
For elderly ladies.
She goes, I'm looking for ladies who play bongo, ideally in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And the whole thread, everyone's going, what's bongo? What's going on here? And then someone said, I think, and she's called Linda. They said, Linda, I think you might want to check your autocorrect because I think you want to play bunko. And she goes, if we do this, we're all going to be singing like Ricky Ricardo. I thought that was the funniest thing. I was just picturing these like 70-year-old ladies sitting around playing bongos and singing like Ricky Ricardo. It was great. But it kind of got me thinking, and we posted in the group and in the KDP group, and everyone started like sharing their comments on that. Because one of the things we've been really into at the moment is improv. We started doing improv classes again. And one of the things in improv is that when you screw up or you make a mistake, like let's say you're throwing a ball around, or you forget what you were about to say, or you fluff what you were about to say and say something silly, everyone claps and cheers and goes, yay! So it's like if you screw up, you make a mistake, everyone cheers for you, and not like in a sarky, like, oh, well done, no, but like in a happy, like, yay, we support you, and we all make mistakes. And I kind of love that environment. I love that you can embrace your mistakes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love with like, and I guess this goes back to sort of curation versus randomness, is I feel like mistakes and misspeaks and typos, and you know, like when you type something weird into Google by accident, like I was trying to type like Cal for my bank because it's like Cal Coast, and instead I put in like CAC, and it came up with like some airport in Ohio. And then I get like obsessed with like, oh, what's this airport in Ohio? I want to know where their Starbucks is and where their flights go to. And like, I think making mistakes can create worlds. Yes. Because that mistake on Nextdoor, like now in my brain, I have this image of like all these 70-year-old ladies playing bongos and singing. And I love that. I want to see that on American Idol, or like what's the talent show? The X Factor, or
America's Got Talent.
America's Got Talent, that's the show. I want to see it on like America's Got Talent. I want that to be a thing where you can go and play bongo with the older ladies in your neighborhood. And I feel like just embracing your mistakes, like instead of being, because like when you screw up and you say something dumb, you go, oh no, I wish I hadn't said that. Oh my God, I hope no one saw me. But instead you go, whoa, I said that thing. And I kind of threw you under a bus in the group.
Yes. So, go on, you can throw me under the bus some more. Go right ahead.
So we all know there's a great song that Isaac likes to listen to that's by Phil Collins that goes, kangaroo love, oh, you do. Like, what? He was singing it, and he was literally singing kangaroo love. And I'm like,
I think when I was a little kid, I don't hear things correctly. And for some reason, I had it stuck in my head when I was a little kid. I'm talking like 5-6 years old. And it never occurred to me, like once did it occur to me that those lyrics are incorrect. So I subconsciously just started singing it as an adult and never questioned it. Always got to question yourself. But yeah.
And your other classic is, and there's a wino down the road.
Yeah, with Stairway to Heaven, wino down the road. Yes.
I don't think there's a wino down the road.
And then the Journey song.
Oh, whopping
down the boulevard. Yes.
Like, what does that even mean? I kind of picture like Steve Perry, like walking down the street,
that's
like
what he said.
Punching people.
Right. Okay.
Whopping down
on what he says it the first time, he says whopping down the boulevard. And then when you hear it the second time, he says walking down. And then I think
he says up and down.
Oh, up and down. Yeah.
He says strangers waiting up and down the boulevard.
It's up and down the boulevard.
You still don't even know what?
I just hear whopping down the right. Anyways, okay.
But anyway,
Perry's high pitched.
My point, there was a point in here somewhere, which is basically embrace mistakes. Because if you take mistakes, you can create like new worlds, new systems from them. That was it. Like, I mean, think about this. Like when you think about like kangaroo love or something, like that's a journal cover right there. Like 2 kangaroos with hearts, or like. I would jump for you, or I'm sure there's a funnier kangaroo pun there, but I'm too.
It's like accidental creativity kind of evolves.
Yeah. So you can always create stuff from your mistakes. So I think that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Okay, what other news did we have? Oh yeah, Party City had a helium shortage.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of interesting though. No, but think about this. So I think something was going on. This was on CNN. I don't know if I've got the link.
Yeah, sure.
But I thought what was interesting about that is that's their secret weapon is helium. And I never thought of this because like party stuff you can get anywhere. You can get it like Target, you can go Walmart, like or buy it on Amazon, whatever. Yeah. But their thing is that they will fill balloons for you and give you like helium for your balloons, which is something that you can't really like ship online because like helium's going to blow up.
Right.
So I was really thinking about like how brick and mortar kind of need to play to their advantages now. And that's actually a really clever advantage, like helium. So like things that can't be shipped, things that are heavy, things that have to be seen. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
What other news have we got? Oh yeah, Canva switched to Canva Pro. Let me just share that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're still on Drunk British People. Hold on, let's find image. Okay, Canva for work.
You gotta switch the screen, right?
No, we're good. We're there. Canva for work, and now Canva Pro. No, we'll show up. There it is.
Oh, okay, cool.
We're good.
Right.
You doubt my technical abilities. I doubt my technical abilities, but there we go. Yeah, Canva for Work has now changed to Canva Pro.
And what's new with Canva Pro?
All of these things down here. Honestly, I'm not quite sure because a lot of these I feel were already there.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of confused because I had access to some of them in beta, so I can't remember the ones that are new. But here's a list, and we've posted this in our KDP group, so you can go through that. I'm not sure how this is going to affect licensed images. One of the issues people have with Canva, so Canva is basically a collaging tool. It lets you put together lots of images, text. And what I love about Canva is if you're not really a great designer or you're kind of an amateur, it makes stuff look good because it's all kind of it's all sort of template based.
Yes. So they help you with the initial design process.
Right. So
which can be very excruciating if you're a designer.
Well, they give you like colors that go well together. They give you fonts that go well together. So it kind of does the layout stuff for you. But Canva also have a lot of images in there. And it gets a little bit confusing because some images you can use for KDP, some you can't. The main thing to remember, generally, if it has a crown on it, if the image has a crown, you probably can't use that for KDP because it probably says one-time use only. If it doesn't have a crown, you should be able to use it. So what you can do is click the previews in Canva. If you're using an image in Canva, you can click on the thumbnail preview at the side, click the click the three dots at the top of it, and then click the title of that element, and it will tell you if it's single use only, or if you can use it in all your designs. If it says use in all your designs, you can use it on KDP. Yay. You can use it in your books. If it says single use or one-time use only, you can't use that on any print on demand service. So that's pretty much what you need to know about using Canva images. But there we go. So Canva for Work is now Canva Pro. I love Canva. Like it is like we've gone back and forth over whether we should sort of have cover creation for KDP books. Yeah. And the main thing we keep coming back to is like we don't really want to recreate Canva.
No, I don't. No, I mean,
why not, Isaac? Come on, get to it. Make Canva for me.
I mean, there's a lot of open source frameworks you can use to create your own cover creator.
Well, there's a lot of other tools. I mean, there's a lot of them.
And the thing with Canva is that you can do it for free. And they support they now support larger sizes, so you can create print ready PDFs covers in any sizes, and you can do it for free. And you can make big PDFs now as well. So when I made the 365 project, you had to glue your PDFs together. Right. But now you can make a PDF interior with Canva completely. So I mean, our thing is really we'll support tools that do the job really well. So we're like, great, Canva. We tend to use Canva. So that's some news about Canva. Oh, you had a news story. Here you go. Oh, yeah, this is awesome. Tell us about this. I love this story. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, deep fake is like an AI technology to recreate people. And what's it called? Deep fake. Deep fake. And so they've used it maliciously to like take famous actors and put them on their heads on the body of like porn videos. And so that's one of the things they did. That's kind of crazy. It was a legal nightmare. And I think YouTube ended up removing a lot of them, and a lot of them got removed from the internet. They made like fake Obama videos as well, didn't they? Yes, Obama like and Putin videos. And there's a new one now with like Joe Rogan. And these are procedurally generated, so it's all done through the computer. But the likeness and the sound and their mannerisms very much resembles the actual person, which is a little freaky. Can we? How do we know we're not deep fakes? They don't. So keep smiling. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Let them know. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jeff. Hello. Hi, Andrew. Yes. So, anyways, they use deepfake technology to recreate Dali. Salvador Dali. You love Dali. Oh my God, he's freaking awesome. His artwork's awesome, but the more you get to know about him, his personality, his mannerism, everything, he's just a cool dude. And so he has some great quotes. They asked him about drugs. I don't do drugs. I am drugs. I love this quote. You know, I mean, this guy is just, yes, he's awesome. Anyway, so they recreated Salvador Dali and they put him as an art exhibit in this museum. And you can walk up to this life-size digital display and interact with Dali as if he's a real person through the other side of the screen.
Whoa.
And so it's really cool. And he has like random sayings. You can have conversations with him. And then at the end, he turns around and he takes a selfie with you.
That's
he
so
pulls
cool.
a camera out of his pocket and takes a selfie. He turns around and takes a selfie with you, and then you can get a selfie.
Where's this at? Is this in Florida, did you say?
Where is it at? I don't know.
We need to go.
I know. Yes, it is in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Yes. We've got to go meet Salvador Dali.
Oh, my gosh.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What else? Autumn had prom this week.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun. We've been super. A quick hi, Melissa and Jim Cooncat. Hi to you guys. Hope you are doing super well. Yeah, no, Autumn had prom last night. That was fun. I was thinking about that. I forgot about prom when I was doing sort of like calendars and thinking about like dates and seasons and holidays.
Yeah.
But think about like things like yearbooks. I was thinking about KDP and prom and keepsakes and all the things that like kids bring back from prom. Like they all do the photo booths and things.
Yes.
What about, and if you look on my YouTube channel, I have a video about making sticker books and albums with KDP. What about making prom books? What about making like a prom YouTube? Oh, wait, let me bring back my share. What about a prom books on KDP that you can put like stickers in, you can put photos, you can put you can make yearbooks.
Yeah,
I think there's all kinds of things you can do with that. You know, it's really funny that kids are so like I don't really understand 2019. So Autumn had her prom and we took her over to her friend's house. So this is how it goes. It's really funny because I posted the picture on Facebook last night. And everyone's like, "Ooh, Autumn's got a date to the prom."
Right.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of her bro that she like hangs out with all the time." And what happened was we agreed we'd take them to the prom, and his parents would his parents took them to the prom, and we brought them back because for whatever reason they put it way out in the sticks, out by some casino in the middle of nowhere. It was at a golf club. And I thought it was so funny because I feel like the parents are still sort of, everyone's trying to do everything super traditional with like the corsage and like, they were so sweet. His family put like pink lemonade in like champagne glasses and we all did a little toast.
They made an event out of it, which was really cool.
It was really sweet of them to do that. But at the same time, it all kind of cracks me up because I feel like kids don't really care now. They're all kind of just.
These kids don't care.
Well, but it's so funny because it's like I feel like I grew up watching like Grease, and so you'd have like in my mind like prom involves like some dude driving up and being like, "Hey, I'm taking you to the prom," and in reality it's like right, and in reality it's like, "Mom, can I go right? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go to prom. Okay, I'll find my dress. Gosh, I don't know. Tonight. Not with my daughter." And anyway, so they go to prom and. It's like in a fancy golf club. Yeah. And we picked them up and we're like, "Oh, did you have a good time?" And she's like, "Yeah, it was really loud." So it's funny because they go to like this charter school and it's tiny. It's like a tiny school. And there's like maybe 20, 30 high school kids total. And most of them don't even go into school. They just do the work at home and then they show up once in a while. And so I guess they do a joint prom with other charter schools. So they all kind of connect just so there's enough kids to actually have a prom. And the kids from her school showed up. And I think there was like a group of about 6 of them maybe. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, well, so it was really loud. So someone brought Uno along. So we just sat outside and played Uno." What?
I was laughing because the school went through all this effort to set up, the dancing, the lights, all the whatever else is involved in setting up a dancing prom event, and the kids would rather be outside acting like it's a prison yard, playing Uno on the ground.
It made it like a prison yard. You don't play Uno in prison.
I don't know. I'm just they're playing cards or something. I wouldn't.
We had balls in the UK. That was our thing. So we had a school ball, but we had it. Oh, we had it at 16, and it was funny because I was at girls' school, and so we had a joint prom or a joint ball with the boys' school. Yeah. And they basically didn't check IDs at the bar. So the drinking age in England's like 18 and we were 16. So you can imagine about how that ended up because they weren't carding us at the bar. Yeah. So 16-year-olds at the school ball And yeah, you can kind of imagine how that went. So I'm in many ways, I'm kind of glad that 2019 is as it is.
Yeah. There are some positives to
and it's
2019.
Like, well, can you just drive me to the prom so I can play Uno?
Yep.
Yes, I can do that. You are awesome kids. I'm very proud of you. They're not falling in swimming pools in a drunken
having this crazy night
age
out.
16, and that's so good times. Yay. Going back to that thing about British people drinking more than anyone else. Right. Yeah, that might be a thing. Okay, what else have we got? We've got so much to talk about today. Oh, I wanted to, and kind of riding off the yearbook idea and making books for proms. Quick hi to Mary. Yay, she said she'll watch the replay. Mekdi, yes, the live will be uploaded on YouTube, so there will be a replay. A lot of people have been asking about KDP and saying, like, I'm like, if they're having a hard time selling some books, a lot of people, the first thing they're saying to me is like keywords. Like, I feel like I'm missing something with keywords, or I need more keywords. And I just wanted to sort of jump off this a little bit and say, well, one of the things I know that's happening a lot with KDP is that there are a lot of people making books right now. Like, a lot of people are bulk uploading
the past
books
year it's
in large quantities. And that's fine. But I think there are a lot of ways to stand out. And what I would say about keywords is, a year ago I would have said, just you can rely on keywords. You can put your books up and rely 100% on keywords, and you'll probably get a lot of sales. And what I found is that some keywords, that's still a thing. And the key is to find like unusual keywords. The key is to find keywords that are new, that are trending, that are phrases that have just become popular, phrases that are jargon, phrases that are specific to a particular industry or a particular occupation or hobby, or those still work. Like, I mean, one of the examples we've talked about before is we created a product once that was a spiritual product.
Yeah.
And we kind of created the product to fit with the keyword phrase spiritual warfare.
Yes.
Because I found a lot of people were searching for spiritual warfare. So
but there was no products associated with that term.
So we made a product that basically answered that search. And that did really well. So I think there is still scope for keywords like that. If you can find a keyword that people just are searching for, but that hasn't really been tapped, I think there's a lot of power in that. And that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of like research tools and research that searches for popular selling books, because you're always playing catch up.
Yeah.
I like to find things that are kind of different and stand out. But also what I wanted to say about Amazon is you're not limited to just keywords and relying on keywords to sell your books. Like, there are a lot of business, like KDP is basically a tool. Like, people are like, oh, is KDP going to be dead? Is it going to be saturated? Are there too many people coming on board with KDP? KDP is just a publishing platform.
That's all it is.
And what I might say is that I think if you're doing blank books and relying on keywords organically, that might not be the best business model, because honestly, there's a lot of people, again, unless you have a really unique niche, there's a lot of people coming on board who maybe don't live in the US, who maybe only need to sell like a book or two a day to earn a living.
Right.
California, you're not going to get by on selling a couple of books a day. So you need to sell in higher quantities if you want to make a business out of it or make a living out of it. So what I would encourage people to do is look for other opportunities as well to sell your books. Social media, I always talk about social media. I'm a big fan of Facebook groups. Oh, I've got something to say about that in a minute. I'm a big fan of Facebook groups, big fan of like doing things with Instagram, Pinterest, creating an audience. Like, everything's about creating an audience in my mind. Like, I feel if you can create a group of people that are really into something you do, or something you have to say, or something you love, like, just if you have a shared interest with a lot of people, you can create an audience, listen to those people, see what they want, and you can create all kinds of products for them. But also, going back to the yearbook idea, think about creating books with a purpose that you can sell anywhere. Like, I was thinking about like yearbooks. What about if you go and talk to your kids' school and say, do you guys need yearbooks? I can make them for you. Not only that, I can put them on Amazon so people can buy them without you having to take orders from parents and go through all that hassle. There are a lot of business models around KDP that don't necessarily like rely on organic search or even on spending, excuse me, on spending a fortune on AMS ads. I was also thinking about like businesses, sports groups, support groups. Like if you're in a support group, like say AA or something like that, maybe you can make a book that your group can share with you. There's a lot of things. I'm looking, there's a few questions coming up. Alicia says, social media is so large, so many, and I wonder if any should be listed as priorities to post to. Well, that's a really good question. And I think a lot of people approach social media like, I just need to build the biggest audience I can. I need to get as many likes as I can. I need to get as many subscribers as I can. I think the key is to engage with people and to like actually provide something that's going to help people. Like, don't do it scattershot. I mean, start with something you love. Like, really start with like something you've created, you enjoy, and find like-minded people and grow from there. And the thing is, if you're kind of genuine and you really, you're not just like markety and spammy about it, I think you can really build something really powerful and really valuable, where you're listening to people, you're finding out what they need, what they want in your niche, and you're placed to offer it to them. So I think that was all I wanted to say. It's like, think out the box. And another thing I've talked about quite a few times is things like subscription boxes as well. Talking to brick and mortar organizations, like it can be shops, it can be just anyone who has the same kind of audience as you. Like, I mean, you could go to a gym, you can make like, you could offer, like, go to a local gym, like probably something like LA Fitness, they're going to do it all in-house. But if you find like local gyms or like maybe a local dance teacher or like a yoga teacher, you can make her like a personalized logbook that she can give to her students. You can look at, like Sid's doing piano class at the moment. The teacher gave him like a practice book to log his practices, to log what he's doing, his exercises. There are so many opportunities to make books for people, take commissions.
Yes, and I mean, the big advantage with print on demand in general is customization, that you can really customize something to cater to specific niches, specific groups, even individuals. For example, Sid, we created a book called Sid's Awesome Book. It's his name on it. It's an awesome book. And he designed the cover himself. It's now a physical book that he took to school and he shared with all his friends. And that's just something.
That's marketing right there.
That is. And for a lot of people, it's a novelty idea. It's something that, whoa, a customized book, like an actual book with my name on it. That's crazy.
It's pretty cool. This is the amazing thing, guys. Like, a lot of people see it as witchcraft. But it's like making a book we know it's easy, but other people are like, whoa, you published a book?
Yes.
Wait, you're selling a book on Amazon? On Amazon, really?
The largest platform.
To a lot of people, that's like magic. So a lot of power there. Linda says, what do you think about puzzle books sales? Yeah, I think puzzle books, I think puzzle books are kind of like coloring books. Like, if you're doing generic stuff, if you're just like, hey, here's my Sudoku book 3,422, or like, this is my word search book. Like, I think that the market is flooded with cheap word search books, Sudokus, and things
You'll
like that.
find them in the bargain bin at Barnes & Noble.
However, I think if you can create a new spin on puzzles, if you can either come up with your own style of puzzle, if you can theme puzzles. So like, for example, yeah, Linda, you just said it just as I said it, theme puzzle books. So like, for example, I forgot what they call those Japanese puzzle books. There's like a Japanese puzzle that you can color in the spaces. Mm-hmm. And when you finish coloring it, like, it's kind of like a Sudoku that you take the numbers vertically and horizontally and you color them in. I've forgotten the name of them. But if you Google Japanese picture puzzles, you'll find them. I think if you took something like that and maybe you made all the pictures on a theme, like, I don't know, they're like emojis, or they're like unicorns, or swear words or something. Like, you could do a themed puzzle book. I think that would sell, just because it's a gift that you find someone who likes puzzles, you find someone who likes that theme or that idea. And it's always the idea of like niching it down, like intersects. when the overall main theme gets nonograms. Thank you, Tammy.
Nonograms.
When the main thing gets saturated, what you can do is add in another intersect, add in another niche.
Yeah. So I mean, puzzle books, activity books in general are always going to be popular because there's always going to be someone that gets enjoyment off, some activity, doing something in a book. But the trick is to make yours more appealing to specific people.
It's got to stand out.
It's got to stand out.
There needs to be something unique
or else they're going to go to the bargain bin and just find the cheapest puzzle book they can find.
Yeah. So I think if you can come up with a way to make your puzzle book premium, absolutely. Yeah. But so that's my thought on that. We've got quite a lot to say. Yeah. What do we want to talk about? Should we talk about AR?
Yeah. Let's go to that.
So let's jump on. So we were talking a little bit. We've got this Space Invader for gamification. Hey, there's a little Space Invader. So I wanted to talk. Well, we both kind of found things that were AR related. I wanted to start with this thing.
Linda, that applies to both children and adults.
Yeah, because
ultimately it's adults that are going to be buying them.
Okay, so I want to share this. Now, this is a website that's supposedly called Tinder, and it's a dating app called Tinder. Now, we've all heard of Tinder.
Right.
This is Tinder. And when you sign up for Tinder, it starts asking you some questions. Emotionally, I see myself as angry, sad, numb, hysterical. I'm going to go with hysterical, I think. Which image represents you the most?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay, so there's a creepy clown, there's some maggots, okay. What is your blood type?
Wow.
It gets creepier and creepier. How lonely do you consider yourself?
Wow.
Wait for it. Tell us more about selecting interests that resonate with you. Let's see. Electronic music. What have we got here? They're kind of hard to read. I know. Where's witchcraft? I can't read them.
It's in the center, down there. Witchcraft.
Oh, witchcraft.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't have a lot of contrast.
Witchcraft. Yeah. Chaos magic. What?
Oh, yeah.
I did it before. So anyway, you go. Desart. That's an interesting one. Like, really? Okay. And what's that? Metal. Okay, fine. So we chose those. And then you choose a silhouette. Great, fine. Great. And it analyzes your soul.
Whoa, that's deep.
And this is what it comes up with. Metallica fan. Oh, they call me passionate explorer. Metallica fan, Daft Punk fan, caster of hexes and obsessed with pain.
Wow.
Writing at the juxtaposition of nightmares. So anyway, what you are looking at here, this isn't a dating app, although it claims to be a dating app.
Right.
What this is an augmented reality game. And this game is the start of a whole pattern of puzzles, online games, riddles that were basically to promote the new Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines game.
Whoa.
And they created this fake app.
Oh, that's
with
crazy.
All these games built into it.
That's freaking brilliant.
So what this is called augmented reality gaming. And this actually started way back, probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
With I Love Bees. There was a website called I Love Bees. Mm-hmm. And it was ostensibly a really old-fashioned website that looked like a website for beekeepers. And as you used it, it started like crashing and weird text came up, and they hid clues in like the HTML text of the website when you looked at it. And there was all these like hidden things. And you had people all over the world analyzing it. And the whole thing was a pre-launch for Halo when Halo came out on the Xbox. And this is like, I'm so obsessed with augmented reality games because I think it's so fun having this sort of second layer of reality.
Yeah.
Like, and the internet has made. Now, the interesting thing is, so I kind of, this is something I studied a bit.
But this is totally like the intro to like a Black Mirror episode or something.
No, it really is.
Like, what could possibly go wrong here?
So augmented reality was huge in the UK. About like when I was at college, about 15 years ago. There were a lot of performance art groups that were doing augmented reality games. If you're interested in this, check out a company called Blast Theory. They're called Blast Theory, and they do actual real life augmented reality. So what they do is they say they take you out in the middle of a city, and then you all play a game. But it's like everything in the city. So there's all the people going about doing their normal stuff, But then there's actors in there as well who are part of the game, and they might be spies or they might be like secret agents. And you have to go and find them, talk to them, find clues.
That's pretty cool.
And you actually go out there and play. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
And these have sort of, it's interesting because there's like real life augmented reality games, but there's also online and internet augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a cool marketing tool to like use this idea, like to put this second layer on reality, because it gets people really involved and really excited about just what's coming up, what's next. Like, do you remember when I think it was Pronunciation Book.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. I remember
they
that.
went all creepy.
Yeah,
so there was a website.
Like 20 days left or something like that.
They were on YouTube.
Yes.
And there was a YouTube channel. I think it was Pronunciation Book. And all they did for years was they just told you how to pronounce things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, I don't know, how do I pronounce like Mississippi? They would say Mississippi, Mississippi, Mississippi. And then one day it went crazy and they started giving like creepy messages and saying something will happen in 20 days.
Yes.
You're like, what?
And every day people would be logging in. It's 19 days left.
Yeah. And I think people do this a lot for it ended up being a promo for
it was a promo
movie
for a book or something.
A game. So I think people do this for like games, movies, books. KDP is, if you're writing novels, think about this. Like, think about using YouTube channels. Think about how you can use augmented reality. But there's actually, another thing I just quickly wanted to share with you guys. There's actually a website now called Game Detectives that talks about alternate reality games, and it has classes that teach you how to get into this, how to solve problems. So like basic ciphers and codes.
Yeah.
How to find. So I mentioned that some of these sites hide the clues in the actual HTML websites. This teaches you how to be able to look at websites and find clues on them. I just ask him. That always works. And so on, like how to find secret messages hidden in image files.
Oh.
Like these things go deep. Like the developers
so cool.
of these games hide things really deep. And I think this is so cool. Like, one, because I'm a game nerd and I just love anything to do with gamification and that sort of thing. But also on a marketing level, I think it's really, really powerful to get people involved. Like, people get really invested in games. So it can be a really fun thing. So there's that.
I hidden something on one of your websites once.
Oh, we hid Pony.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, remember that? We did, it was on Cultivate.
Yeah, I did the Konami code. Did I use the Konami code for that one? I don't remember. I used to do hidden stuff on websites. There's a big thing online.
Wow,
you can look up
secret Easter eggs.
You can look up Konami codes. It was really popular about 10 years ago. Up, down, left, right,
oh,
BA.
I didn't know this.
And then you go to websites and you put in the Konami codes and something pops up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, I think I did it to one of our sites. I thought it was the Pony one. Maybe it wasn't Konami.
Well, on Cultivate, when we launched Cultivate, one of the things we did, we had a contest.
Oh, that's right. That's what we did.
A picture of Pony on the website. So basically, it was kind of smart as a marketing idea, because what it did was it made people look through the Cultivate curriculum. So we hid it in the curriculum for our course. So if you were kind of interested in the course, but it kind of gave people motivation to look a little bit deeper and spend longer on our website learning about what we do, because they're looking for Pony.
Yes.
It's kind of, I think we got the idea from Trader Joe's.
Yes, Trader Joe's. Yeah, they have a Trader Joe's. They put a monkey,
a toy
monkey somewhere in the store. Every day someone finds a new place to put the monkey. And kids, when they go to Trader Joe's, they have to find the monkey. They let the cashier know that
they found the monkey, where it is, and he gives them a lollipop.
Yep, it's really cool.
I think gamification, like I talk a lot about gamification. I'm sure we will revisit it because there's a lot to say about gamification. But I thought that was cool. And you had something about AR as well. Is that dog in here? Oh my gosh, the dog is here, and I am coughing because I don't know if any of you have like hairy dogs at the moment that are shedding their coats. Our dog is just shedding, and I am vacuuming like 17 times a day and dying of dog hair. So if you hear heavy breathing, that's actually Honey is breathing.
So I guess we can head on to Nerd Corner.
Okay, so wait. Is this your Nerd Corner?
Yes, one of it.
Oh, whoops! Oh my gosh, I've just broken everything.
Don't break everything.
There we go. So on the topic of
is that the right one?
augmented reality, this is it.
Okay.
Let's. There it is. Yeah. On the topic of augmented reality,
Microsoft announced today Minecraft Earth. And
Whoa.
It's really cool. It's the next evolution of Minecraft. So in the what they have done is they have turning Minecraft into an AR game.
So give us an example of an AR game.
Yes, the perfect example is Pokemon Go, which was huge about 2 summers ago. And with Pokemon Go is you actually walk around in real life with your phone and you look around and you find Pokemon. And if you find a Pokemon, you put your phone up and then you flick a little Pokemon ball to catch a Pokemon somewhere located in real life.
So basically it overlays reality. Like if you look at your phone, you're looking it's like looking through the camera. You're seeing pictures, you're seeing what is in front of you. Augmented reality from an app perspective puts like Pokemon or puts other things on that aren't really there.
Yes. So Microsoft is now it's going to do this with Minecraft. So it's really cool. And what you can do is start decorating the real world around you with Minecraft blocks.
Whoa.
And it's really cool because it's all location based. So wherever you place it, it's going to be there. And then other people, I imagine that's how it works.
I'm going to take the dog.
Yeah, take the dog away.
You can explain this with
a
cool picture. Well, I take the dog to sit.
Okay. Yeah. So judging on their little video they put out, you scan your phone around. You can go like outside your house. You scan your phone and you can start adding Minecraft blocks around your house. Maybe you want a new tree. Maybe you want to put a tree house in a tree. Maybe you want to put a message on the roof of your house in Minecraft blocks. And then other people can walk by and they can scan it and see what you've created.
It's pretty cool.
It's really neat. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this.
Do you think people are going to use this for like, if you have a shop, you can like say, buy my whatever today, like come and buy my apples.
We don't know what kind of, how they're going to implement this exactly. But I do imagine that it will be a marketing vehicle.
This, like the Enderman.
Oh, that's just so
standing
cool.
There.
Yeah.
Like how creepy is that? That you look around and there's an Enderman beside you.
But
I think this is going to become bigger and bigger. And you know what I see with this? I feel like this is going to become a social media platform. I don't think this is just a game, because I think people are going to start decorating all kinds of things around them. And like if people start sort of joining in, like I'm very curious whether you'll be able to lock down certain areas. So you can say like, this is my house, I decorated it.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. I mean, they're going to have some type of both parental controls and then also some type of user control.
Or whether it's going to be communal and people can come and like paint stuff on your house virtually. But it's really interesting because I feel like more and more, the question is how many people are going to log in and play this?
Right.
Like if enough people, and I think if enough people use it, it could become like Facebook, where it becomes a big
platform, social media platform. Yeah.
And I remember when Pokemon Go came out, it was like 2 summers ago, I think, 2 or 3 summers ago. Like it got crazy around here. If you went down to sort of Balboa Park or downtown, there were just people walking around in the summer with their phones looking for Pokemon. And it was like everyone knew what everyone else was doing.
So coffee shops were really smart because coffee shops that had Pokemon stops at their location, you can pay like $5 to kind of activate the area so more Pokemon come out. So the shop owners would actually pay every day $5 so that their little shop area was a hot spot for getting Pokemon goodies.
My gosh, I remember that.
Yeah.
And they were like, come in, we're a beacon. We have beacons. We have like all the extra Pokemon stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I think augmented reality, like it's been in the works for years. As I say, I've been kind of watching augmented reality since they were doing like Blast Theory and people running around in like real life doing it. But I think it's going interesting places.
And what I'm curious about, is this going to evolve into like a virtual economy, the same way you have with Second Life and other virtual worlds that exist, where people
I have stuff to talk about on Second Life, but let's hold it for next week because I just looked at the time and we are going over. Okay, we're going well over, so we've got a lot of things to talk. We can hold on to for next week.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else on Google I/O?
Oh yeah. So I guess Nerd Corner.
Nerd Corner, yay.
Okay. Last week was Google I/O. It was a 3-day event, and they just talked about all kinds of stuff. A lot of updates to Android for Android users. Let's see here. They're going to have live caption on all their videos, which is pretty cool. So any audio, both an audio or a video that's on your phone, it's going to have captions for it, and this is all live.
YouTube's doing that now, isn't it? You can have live.
I don't know about live. They, you can upload any video to YouTube, and I think you wait a day or two, and then captions.
But it's not live.
This is going to be live, which is
Awesome.
insane. That's really crazy, and it's also going to be interesting for translation if it does live translations too. So the other thing,
that's crazy. Live translation. It's like the Babelfish in the Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yes.
Oh my God. I think we're really close to having actual
really
Babelfish.
Really are. They are adding 3D VR models to search. So again, going back to augmented reality, you search for something, for example, dog, and in your search results, you can see a VR model of a dog, and then it's like a model, like a little model of a dog, and then you can move it around. But also you'll be able to place it in an AR environment.
Whoa.
So they're they're definitely heading over into AR. The really cool thing is they're adding, along with their search, they're adding podcasts, playable podcasts in their search. So right now, if you want to listen to a podcast, you probably need a dedicated app. But now you can just do it directly in Google. You do a search, and if a podcast shows up, you can hit play and listen to that podcast.
That's crazy.
So that's a huge value to the podcast community and for podcast producers. So that's really cool.
We still need to turn all our shows into podcasts.
I know. Time.
We've got to get the rest done.
Yeah. So let's see. There's a lot of other things, but I think those were the big things.
We can hold some for next
week. Yeah. Another fun one. Google Lens. They will have. They're gonna have highlights in certain restaurants on their menus. So if you go into let's say like Chili's, for example, you go to the restaurant and you scan their menu. Their menu items will be highlighted.
Whoa.
And you can see reviews.
That's pretty cool.
So that's really neat.
I think augmented reality is probably going to be the next big thing. I think Pokemon Go is like a preview, and I think it's going to mature over the next couple of years. And we're going to see, if you can hold your phone over the menu and it tells you all the nutritional information on each meal on there, if it maybe gives you more suggestions, if it has reviews, for example, what you're going to see is additional information about things in the real world. And it's basically tied into picture recognition, facial recognition. We're kind of getting to where Minority Report, where you can hold up your phone and go, oh, that's Isaac. Here's his Facebook profile. Here's some information about him, and so on. So I think we're moving further and further towards that. So if you're into technology, watch AR. I think AR is going to be the next big thing. So I had a bunch of other things. I've got one quick thing I wanted to show to people. I was going to do the platform of the week. Okay. And this is just a really quick thing that I hadn't heard of before that I thought was cool. And it is called HipCamp. So this is HipCamp. And it's basically Airbnb for camping. So this is kind of neat. If you want to go and camp next weekend, you can click it and it will give you places you can go and stay in an RV, stay in a tent, stay in a cabin. And it's a little bit cheaper than Airbnb. Oh yeah. But it gives you the sort of fun of, now you know me, I'm not big on the outdoors. I like nice hotels and hot tubs and so on. But yeah, what I wanted to say though, and it's kind of funny because I actually saw this, they were doing in an advert. They said, go and build one of these $700 A-frame cabins. And how crazy is this? You can build a little cabin for $700.
It looks like a tiny home.
It looks like a tiny home. Now, if you live somewhere kind of rural, where you have space to build this, you can build this and rent it out on HipCamp.
Oh, wow.
You can have an income for $700 investment.
Wow.
How crazy is that? It's pretty much like building an Airbnb.
Yeah, yeah.
So I thought that was really, really interesting. So that was just something I wanted to share with you guys. If you're living rurally, maybe an opportunity there, maybe a sort of business opportunity there. But yeah, I think I've got other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I think we're just going to hold that for next week. Because there's always things to talk about.
There is, yes.
So, okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show today. We talked about a lot of things. We mentioned we had some tangent template updates. Someone was asking, they said they want to hear more about tangent templates. Go to templates.tangent.rocks. We uploaded a video to YouTube this week that explains the new updates. So we're constantly working at it. We've got more on the way. We're very proud of tangent templates. Still the premier tool for creating low content KDP books. What else did we talk about? We talked about embracing your mistakes. We talked about the ladies playing bunko or bongo. We talked about KDP alternatives to just relying on keywords to sell things. We talked about AR, augmented reality. We looked at the fake dating game, Tinder. We talked about and game detectives, if you want to go and learn more about that. We talked about the upcoming Minecraft Earth, which we're going to have fun with that. I know everyone in this household is going to have an amazing time with that.
We're kind of at one point we were all a Minecraft household.
We like our Minecraft, and we love Pokemon Go. We played that a lot as a family. And yeah, we've got lots. Oh, and Uber. We talked about Uber's quiet mode. We talked about drunk British people, and we talked about Canva, switching over to Canva Pro. So lots of things going on. In true British people style, we are going whining and dining now, I believe, with our friends. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We're going to have a good weekend, I think. I hope you have a wonderful time, whatever you're doing. Stay safe. We have really enjoyed talking to you. We love you lots. If you are not in our KDP group, come and join us. There are some really fun conversations going on.
It's an awesome group. I'm loving the group.
It's an amazing group. And there's we do like $10 giveaway threads all the time, and people keep winning stuff, and just everyone's sharing ideas. A lot of ideas in there. So do come and join us. All right, guys, have a great weekend. We love you. Bye.
Bye.